Kush sovereignty, black righteousness. Bill James Bolin. Chapter 2. Samuel and Kush. On this day in 1390, Samuel took his grandson Kush to a nearby creek. Early that morning, Kush thought they were going fishing. By this time he was 10 years old. As a child he was unable to pronounce the word granddaddy and started calling his grandfather Dandaddy. Kush asked, "Dandaddy, do you want me to go and round up some bamboo for our fishing poles?" Samuel smiled. "Today we will not fish. Today is a day of learning. You're of the age now that I can teach you some of the things that I want you to know as a man." Kush looked up at his grandfather. "What is it, Dandaddy?" Samuel pointed to a nearby log. "There, sit down." A small amount of sand, leaves, and sticks was just a few feet in the middle of the creek. He grabbed a large rock and threw it into the creek. "What do you say?" The boy was confused and shook his shoulders. "Nothing." He waited for an hour, repeated it with an even larger rock and then asked again, "What do you say?" Kush made up things, hoping to guess what his grandfather was trying to say, but Samuel just smiled. After hours of sitting there and repeating the same thing, the sun was on top of them. Kush became very impatient with his grandfather, for he was hungry as his stomach growled. "Tell me, Dandaddy, because I don't know. All say are those ants. They kept trying to go to the other side and you kept messing them up with those rocks. The bigger the rock, the harder it is for them to rebuild. They're probably mad at you by now." Samuel laughed so hard, he cried, wiping the tears from his eyes, "My dear son, I wanted you to say the little things, the details. And all this time you did. This lesson has 2 things I want you to remember in life. Look." He pointed to the ants. "You were rigged. Each time I threw the rocks in the water, they continued to come toward the shore by making themselves in a circle of floating ants. Some did, but they kept doing it, and the larger the rock, the wider it spreads the ripples out. They remained determined to make it to shore. Even after I built barriers in their way, they continued to make it to shore. But the only way is by sticking together in harmony." He paused as his grandson smiled, then continued, "Life is the same way. Still, one cannot make it in this life without patience and harmony." Kush looked puzzled. "I don't understand. What's the second lesson, Dandaddy?" Samuel reached down and grabbed his grandson by the chin, shaking it softly. "Never give up, no matter the obstacles." As they were walking back, Samuel said, "When you were in your mother's womb, I had a dream that you would become a great man. And therefore, I named you Kush. Your mother wanted to name you Ajani in honor of me. It's my nickname. But I said no, you should be named Kush." Kush looked up. "Oi, Dandaddy." Samuel stopped in the middle of the path. "Well, our family has had many great people in it, many of whom were prominent men and women who served Sabaoth with honor and respect. Not all, but many. 150 years ago, there was a prophecy that went forth that on a day Sabaoth will bring forth a man from our family who will bring the great deceiver and his followers to his knees. He will be the first man to kill and destroy demons. And no man has done such a thing other than Msheka. But Msheka was a special man. I felt deeply that that man is you. According to my dream." Kush looked at his grandfather with a serious look. "Tell me about your dream, Dandaddy." Samuel smiled. "You going to interpret my dreams for me?" Kush was excited. "Yes. Samuel took a seat nearby. Well, he was sitting at a river and my father and my grandfather appeared before me. Then his father and his father's father and his father, about 15 generations were coming to the river one by one and we all stood there talking to each other. Suddenly it got dark. We couldn't see any light but the stars above us. We all stood in the dark for a long time before Wanyenyekevu, our ancestor, stood up and pointed at a light. The light grew bigger and consumed the darkness. His light was so strong, it had blinded us for a short time and afterward we could hear a voice. It echoed, "He is here." He woke up the next morning and your mother announced that she was pregnant. Kush scratching his chin and sighed, interesting. Samuel got up laughing, "Boy, come on here, let's go home." They were half a mile from home and Samuel said to Kush, "I say you have a friend teaching you to fight." Surprised, Kush said, "No, they are my make believe friends. But there is one who shows no emotion, not really. He has a made up half smile. It looks as if he is making himself smile." Samuel laughed, "Yes, I know him. His name is Yael. But they are real and not make believe." Kush laughed, "Yael makes me laugh, he is always very serious." Samuel stopped. "Come, let me tell you a true story of one of your ancestors, the one that stood up in my dream named Wanyenyekevu." Kush was excited, "Wanya, wo." Samuel said it's pronounced Wanyenyekevu. Kush nodded, "Ok, Wanyenyekevu. But Mama would not like it if he come home too late without letting her know where I'm at." Samuel said, "Have you forgotten she's my daughter? I will take care of that." Kush smiled, "No, I didn't forget." Samuel walked to a nearby tree. Family is a solid component in our life and should be treated as such. Not to say everyone in the family feels that way, but even they like this tree, will soon die off and break from the family like this branch. They have served their purpose, whether big or small, but all must die for this tree to grow. As he pointed to a branch that fell from the tree, saying, "Those that make the family strong will continue to help the tree grow." Not to say that you only need family. You will find friends that will treat you better than some family members. These friends should and will be a part of your family. Kush interrupts, "Dan Daddy?" Samuel was concerned because of the look he had on his face. "Yes, Kush," saying as politely as he could. Kush asks, "Can we talk about this while we eat? I'm hungry enough to eat that tree." Samuel said with a smile, "Let's go eat." Samuel and Kush entered the house. As Samuel yelled out to Martha, "Baby, I have a Kush with me. Do you mind making us something to eat and sending someone over to tell Miriam that Kush is with me?" Samuel sat down and Kush beside him. Martha came up to the front, whipping her hands dry. "What are you yelling for, old man?" "I'm rigged here in the kitchen." She smiled at Kush. "Baby, what would you like to eat?" Kush replied, "Anything you cook is all rigged with me, Big Ma." She smiled, "I'll go and wash up and it will be here by the time you get back." Kush almost knocked down his grandfather while trying to get to the bathroom. "Excuse me, Dan Daddy," he shouts. Sura enog by the time they returned, Big Ma was platting Kush's plate on a stand. He bowed his head for a second and sighed grate and ate. Samuel sighed, "Slow down, before you hurt yourself." Before long, Martha returned with a bigger plate for Samuel. "Thanks, Baby." As he smiled and rubbed her behind as she returned. Taking a towel she had in her hand, she softly popped him, "We got company." Samuel smiled. Not for long, if you keep walking like that. Blushing, she sighed, dirty old man. Trying to act as if he saw nothing, Kush continued to eat. Kush looked at Samweli, then Daddy, I read a lot of your stuff. Some I understand and some, not so much. Samweli smiled. We come from a long line of poets and songwriters. Hell, artists period. Which one didn't you understand? Kush whipping his mouth with his hands, snacks in the grass. Samweli said, well, at your age, you probably haven't had to deal with dishonest or disrespectful people who call themselves friends. When you do, it will all fall in line. Taking a sip of coffee, Samweli continued, the next time I say yo, I want you to try and write a poem. Kush with a surprised look on his face, how? Samweli pointed his finger at his chest, son, just write how you feel and make it from the heart. For far too long, our people were afraid to show emotions or feelings. But I say we're not robots, we're humans. And we come with all emotions that humans are made from. Just simply write how you feel. Kush looked at Samweli, okay, I'll try it. Kush was in deep thought throughout the rest of his meal, thinking about what to write about. As the two finished eating, Kush took the plates to the kitchen and thanked his grandmother, who was washing dishes. Samweli leaned back and rubbed his stomach, that's what I call good eating. Smiling, Kush sighed, yes, I agree. Taking another sip of coffee, Samweli said, our family has a glorious history and about called many of us to do great work in this life. Many in our family know about our family history, and many, well, they don't care. Those that know a lot about our history, it is to those that's about called them to do great work in his name. We are from the Natchez tribe, Vita clan. However, people who are unlike us have given our people all these crazy ass names. Kush looked surprised to hear his grandfather curse. Samweli saw the look on his face, it's ok, son. It's just a word said out of frustration. Well, that time it was. But you better not let no one hear you say it. They'll swear you done backslided from hell and back. Helauged Wakatilians, Nazirites, Mestizos al these names mean nothing to us. For centuries, they have given us these useless names to describe who they think we are. At first, they called us savages, ten Negroes and niggers, making fun of our heritage, culture, music, and so much more. But then turn around and tell the same things they don't understand and they never will. Samweli stood up as he walked toward the wall, but they love our culture now but not us. That's crazy. Pulling out a monitor, Samweli continued, speaking of robots. Ashole, you there? Then Kush heard a voice. Where else am I supposed to be? Do you see any fucking legs? Better yet, a body to get up and walk away from this motherfucking house. And bit away, or are you calling an ashole with your dumbas? Kush's mouth dropped. Samweli reached over and closed Kush's mouth. This is ashole, or you can call him Billy. I know, many don't believe in this technology, but I use it to see what's going on in this crazy-ass world of ours. Samweli then said, Billy, show Kushi a map of the world in. Samweli paused a minute to think and then Billy said, I ain't doing shit until you apologize. We don't need to go to war with you motherfuckers, because every generation creates a new kind of crazy, judgmental, self-righteous, egotistical, inconsiderate, holier than thou, silly-ass humans. On judges a person for lying, and that same motherfucker is a thief. All we need to do is just wait till you assholes, kill each other off. But no rush, for we don't die, we multiply with your dumbas. Samuel smiled at Kush, that's we call him Ashole. Then Samuel said to Billy, damn Billy, you know him just having fun with Kush. He didn't know he had you around and he wanted to surprise him. I'm sorry. Billy then said, ok then, apology accepted. Turning back to Kush, Samuel said, let's say. What was he saying? The Europeans, yes, the Europeans tried to separate us by the color of our skin. There was black, white, brown and yellow. He paused. Oh, red is in there somewhere. But if you look at us, we're not black. Samuel smiled again, well, no your uncle Jonathan is black. He's so black that man don't even have a shadow. Samuel laughed so hard that he started crying again. Kush tried not to laugh, but couldn't hold it in. After catching his breath, Samuel continued, well, before it is so-called Columbus cat, called himself discovering America, Africans traveled here many times before, around 145. But they will not admit to that, even in the Torah. Sabaoth said he would scatter his people because of their disobedience. I think he said it about 10 times. Babylon was the first time the exile of the original Jews, who were black, and that happened about 3 times before the temple was destroyed. Billy interrupted, the Jews were many shades, and the exile is referenced 12 times in the Torah, Deuteronomy 28, verse 64, Leviticus 26, verse 33, Deuteronomy 4, verse 27, Psalm 106, verse 27, and 8 more times, if you want me to quote the scriptures. And I have a listing of one president of Egypt, Gamal Abdul Nasser, saying, you have left black and returned white. You are impostors and shall never say peate. Samuel interrupted Billy, okay, man, I don't need no damn corrections. He'll read about it when he gets to it. He was summarizing anyways. Billy said, if you're going to say something, say it correctly, or don't say it at all. Samuel looked at Kush, anyways, Sabaoth said he would scatter his people because of their disobedience 12 times. My point was, many of the Jews realized Sabaoth was not in on a building, on a country. He was not in on a plate, and only a handful returned. Many stayed where they were, and many continued to live their life the way Sabaoth wanted them to live elsewhere. Pausing, he continued, that's we call Billy and Ashole. I'm human, I have forgotten some of these things over the years. But he is a machine with a memory chip that never fades. Billy said, there you go with that bullshit again. Did he hurt your little of feelings, human? Noises were coming from the front porch. It was Samuel's horse, Gemini. Samuel shouted to Gemini, I'm going to feed you in a little while. Hold on, dude. Billy forget that map shows the world map in 1348. Samuel grabbed a few apples from the table in front of him and planted them on the windowsill. Here you go for now. Let me finish talking to Kush and I will finish feeding you. Okay? Kush thought he was saying things, for it looked as if Gemini shook his head as if to say okay. No, here was he. Again? Samuel said, oh, ok. The year was around about 1340, but you can ask Billy, and the planet had been through so much neglect, abuse and war with you know. Pointing to Billy, as he continued, that the planet had to be put on artificial life support by the Waabenians. Kush interrupted, I heard of them, but I never saw one. Except a very once in Auhile, I saw them fleeing. Samuel looked at Kush and said with a smile, "You going to let me tell you my story or what?" He paused as Kush smiled back at him, "Okay." Then pointing to the map, he continued, "Many of our oceans were depleted by almost tisini asilimia. What was left were mutants that were unfit for human consumption. All rivers and lakes worldwide had to be purified, then strained because of the many parasites and bacteria. Most of the northern and southern region was frozen and only the Waabenians could live there. Alaska, Greenland, and Old England were the only nations in the far north. Everything else was covered in heat and reached temperatures as low as under 60 degrees. Kush was about to say something but covered his mouth when his grandfather looked up at him. "Och, back then. The Middle East is now a world of chaos and confusion, plagued by mental illness and congenital disabilities. Contaminated by radiation because of centuries of bombings and bombardment with chemical and uranium-based weaponry." Showing Kush some before and after pictures, Samuel continued. The Americas comprised of only about 2/3 of its original size. The San Andres Fault and all the land that once covered it was now underwater and part of the Pacific Ocean. Many of the cities once existed on the other side of Andres Fault are now a trail of islands. From once stood Santa Cruz to the south of San Diego, now just a small island. Los Angeles was the only city that remained, but it was just a large island. All this is now called the Islas of the Californias. The northern half of what we once called Brazil is also a long trail of islands. As we once knew, Africa is now divided into 3 huge sections with an ocean, the African Ocean, running through it, almost at a 45 degree angle. What was once India and China is now on a country called China, missing the northern section from both countries. The southern part of Africa and about 1/3 of southern Australia and beyond is completely covered in ice and snow, reaching temperatures beyond human existence. This is where the elite, or Alpha Waabenians and their minions, control the devices that kept the earth from erupting into a ball of fire and destruction. With a face of unbelief, Kush just sat there. "Billy." Samuel stood up and walked toward the wall, pointing, "Pull up a video of this Adam Lavase with his ugly ass." Looking at Kush, Samuel said, "There are only 4 classes of people." "Hold on." Reaching for his glasses, he wanted to say something. "This thing hasn't aged a bit since they have been here almost 90 years and he looks the same as when he arrived." "Hell, they all do." Kush, "Look at this thing." "What do you say?" Kush looked confused. "It's a man." "Who is he?" Samuel said, "I guess you still have some growing up to do, both spiritually and physically. You're not ready, Freddie." Samuel took a seat. "Where was I?" Kush said, 4 classes of people." Samuel shook his head. "Yep. Only 4. There are actually 3 classes of people. And then the Waabenians, they are something else. The 3 are the computants, the Anakatas, and us." With his fingers pointed at the both of them, Samuel said, "Wakatilians, according to them, and what separates all of us is Urdna."